So currencies are configuration in Dynamics as well as in business. Whenever you record any transaction, you record like if you record a transaction like rent is some 10,000, what 10,000 or 10,000 euros. So every transaction that you record will have a currency along with the amount that will definitely have it. You should definitely have a currency tag. So because we were discussing this concept where currencies are definitely needed or must need in a business, because each and every transaction that you record in business, you will definitely tag a currency or record it in a certain currency amount. So if you say 10,000 rent is paid, so 10,000 of what, okay, US dollar or INR or any other currencies, you have to clearly show it or clearly tag a currency to that particular transaction. In the same way, if I do international trade, so suppose I'm a company which is located in India, so mostly I'll do transactions in INR only. So if at all I'm doing a foreign trade, so I might do it with an American person or an American vendor or a customer, or so then I'll do it in US dollar. So I might choose a different currency. So in order to choose a currency or in order to let system understand that your business requires this currency only, which means if it is an Indian legal entity, I will work in INR currency. So how Dynamics will know that you will work in INR only? So you have to configure it or you have to link a particular currency to one legal entity such that whenever you record any transactions, they will be recorded by default in that currency. In the same way, you can do transactions in multiple currencies. So if you do transactions in multiple currencies, you should have active exchange rates between these two currencies, or the your local currency that you are using for your legal entity as well as the foreign currency that you are doing transaction with foreign vendors, right? So for that foreign currency, you should have proper exchange rates configured between your local currency and the foreign currency. So this currency mechanism is really important in Dynamics. Mostly in support, you will face a lot of issues with currency exchange rates as well as improper configuration of currencies. So if currencies are configured properly and everything is efficient, I mean, you will never face any issues with currencies again in with system. So this is basic and this is very important. Currencies, configuration of currencies, how the currencies mechanism works in Dynamics, how the exchange rates works and how you can import exchange rates. We'll see all the advanced concepts related to currencies. Okay. So while we are understanding the theoretical part of currencies, in Dynamics we have two concepts, or actually three, I'll tell you. Accounting, currency, as well we have something called as reporting currency. So I'll go with an example. Suppose I'm a legal entity located in India. So all my organization and the legal entities within this organization all are located in India. Okay, we mostly do transactions always with Indian currency and we don't want to maintain any other currency or secondary currency to record our transactions or to prepare reports later part. We don't need because all our operations are in India and legal entities are also in India. So for that case, accounting currency is the main currency of the legal entity. So if it is in India, what will be my main currency? Anyone?
Rupees.
Indian rupee will be my main currency. And I can give reporting currencies also INR. So what is reporting currency? I'll tell you. Suppose there is another example. Uh, my organization is located in US. Okay, the main head office is in US, and there are few legal entities in US, USA. Then there are also certain legal entities in India. The same organization is located there, but the companies related to that organization are located in India as well. So what happens then? Then I have to maintain my accountings in Indian legal entities in two different currencies because in US they will usually maintain US dollar. That's the head company. In India we have to maintain it in Indian rupees in the local currency as well as in the US dollar because for the comparatives why we maintain two currencies because whenever the head office look into the accounts of India, they can't analyze it in the Indian rupees, right? So they will look into the comparatives of US company's performance with Indian company performance only when they can look into the transactional amounts in US dollars or the main account balances in US dollars. So for that purpose, what we will do is in Dynamics, we will Maintain two currencies for a legal entity. One as an accounting currency, other one as a reporting currency. Suppose my legal entity in India, which for which head office is in US, I'll maintain accounting currency as the INR and the reporting currency as US dollar. So whenever I create any transaction and post a transaction, it will show up the amounts of INR as well as US dollar, both of them in the voucher or in the accounting entry. It will show both the amounts. INR amounts as well as US dollar amounts. So in database also, both of them are recorded for that single transaction. And whenever I have to prepare any report, I can easily prepare a report in INR as well as separately in US dollar easily. And then it's easy for comparatives to compare each legal entity's performance, which are in US with the Indian legal entities, as well as it's also very helpful for consolidation purpose. So in consolidation, if you have to consolidate two accounts, both of them has to be in same denomination currency or should be recorded in same currency, right? Or otherwise, if at all it is recorded in other currency, it has to be exchanged to the or the balances or the amounts has to be translated or multiplied or divided with the exchange rate, whatever that is there in that particular date, and they have to be consolidated. With the same currencies has to be consolidated. So for that purpose, also this two-way currency or dual currency concept helps. So this is also called as dual currency concept in Dynamics, having accounting and reporting currency. Dual currency concept. So understood this, head office is located in US or the main organization office is located in US, base is US. I have subsidiary companies in India as well as in UK as well as in other European countries. In that case, how this currency mechanism works or how accounting and reporting currencies will be maintained for different subsidiary companies which are located in other locations other than US. So as I explained you the example of Indian legal entity, Indian subsidiary, which use accounting currency as INR and reporting currency as US dollar. The same manner, if another subsidiary company is located in Europe or any other European country like Germany, suppose, and therein their accounting currency is euro, they'll use the accounting currency as euro, and reporting currency it will be same US dollar only all the time because the head office is in US only, right? So they'll record the transactions in euro as well as in US dollar. The same way, if it is in UK or in Great Britain, you have GBP, British pound will be the accounting currency. Reporting will be US dollar. It's like that. So triangulation currency concept. So this concept comes into applicability at certain situations. Suppose normally USA and India have business transactions on daily basis. We have good trade between America and India. So we always have active exchange rates. Who provides these exchange rates usually? It's actually the Reserve Bank of
RBI.
India in India. Yeah, RBI provides exchange rates in India, and the same way in different countries they'll have their authorized banks that will provide the exchange rates or that will finalize the exchange rates for that particular day. Or the previous day's exchange rates will be used actually for today, and today's exchange rates will be used for tomorrow. I mean, according to the market situation today, the next day's rate will be defined. So in that way. So we have active. Suppose if I want to do transaction between US dollar and in INR, I can easily do it because we have an active exchange rate on daily basis. But there are certain currencies which does not have active exchange rate between both of them. Suppose if I go for some currency which is in Mauritius, so there will be some currency in Mauritius. Okay, I'll just call it as MUR. So there is another country, Australia. So this Mauritius and Australia doesn't have any trade. They don't have any active transactions happening between them or any imports or exports, and they don't have any active exchange rates between those two currencies. Right, in that case, what can we do in business? If at all we are a company located in Mauritius and we want to record a Australian dollar transaction, if there is no exchange rate, how can we do that?
We'll export to we'll export to that country which is regularly trading with Mauritius, and from there we'll take it.
So that's one point. Yeah, that's correct. But we don't exchange the trade actually. So
Okay.
we will use that middle currency as a base currency for exchanging these two. Suppose for Mauritius currency you have euro to Mauritius you have active exchange rate. Again for euro to Australian dollar, you have active exchange rates. Okay, so euro is a base currency. So you can use the exchange rate from here to here and here to here to define exchange rate from here to there. So simple mathematical equations, right? When x is equal to y, x is equal to 2y, and 2y is equal to 3z. So you can easily define the equation between x and z. The same way, if you have an exchange rate between MUR to euro and euro to Australian dollar, you can easily define an exchange rate between MUR to, I mean, Mauritius currency to Australian dollar as well, because you have a base currency in between. So this is called as triangulation currency. In between currency, which whatever we have is called as triangulation currency. Okay, that's the concept of triangulation currency in such kind of examples. So I'll show you how we can configure triangulation currency and how it works in business. Okay. But remember this point. So when there are no active exchange rate between two currencies and you have to record any transactions, we will use a third currency or a as third currency as a base currency to define an exchange rate between the previous two currencies. So here in this example, we are using euro as a base currency to define exchange rate between MUR and Mauritius currency and Australian dollar. So mostly they in normally in any business, if at all they have to use some currency as a triangulation currency, they'll usually use euro only. Euro is a default triangulation currency because with euro, almost all whole world is connected or whole world trade is connected and they have exchange rates. So normally now in this situation in market, every country have exchange rates properly between each other. Okay. In case if they don't have, this is a way, or triangulation currency is a way. That's all. Okay. 99% all the countries we have exchange rates between each other. That for that 1% we have this concept of triangulation currency.